Okay, out here on number 4, we're just going to talk a little bit about the irrigation system, and we're just going to talk about heads today. You know, all these heads have been put in the ground. So obviously that's a new head right here. Look in here, this is an old head that was actually dug up. So huge difference in what these heads can do. Output of water that can go out, and obviously communication and just different things maintenance wise. How easy these heads are compared to this old style. So this old style head would would have been sat in the ground. If you ever needed to work on the head, you'd have to dig the head up, which means you wanted to get to this part of the irrigation head. Basically the brain is in here, the pilot valve, the wires that make the communication would run up into here. You'd have to dig around it, be super careful with wires and etc. Get everything fixed that you wanted to get fixed under here, and then re-level surface the head. New style heads, really simple heads as far as maintenance is concerned. So you actually now have 3 screws on top, and you actually do not have to dig up these heads. If you have any issues, you want to check any maintenance, anything with maintenance, you just undo the screws. You actually have pop up the top, and you have everything actually built inside. So I have one pulled apart right here. So these why this head is really so big, and a lot different to the old style head. You can see how much bigger it is. On top it's the same size, but you can actually take the top off and everything is actually inside this box, so you don't have to do any digging whatsoever. And then if we come up here, we can look. So this is the actual irrigation heads that actually sit inside there on a spring. So the wires will actually come up through this hole right here. So we see the wires running along the come sticking out of the ground that are going to be tied into the satellite boxes, run down the pipes. They come up through and they come up to what's called a pilot valve, a solenoid right here. It's tied into here, where basically it's the brain is, the red tip. If you need to turn on heads manually, turn them off, but there's an auto setting on these, so that communication comes up where we can hit it with the phone, a computer, anywhere, anytime, and set programs up to run this. And then these heads themselves, each head out here now, we have, obviously we did the pump station in 2021. Now we have these heads, we have the correct size pipe. These heads can run anywhere from 70 to 80 gallons a minute on each head. And then we can dial this in to 1/100th of an inch on all of these heads as well. So before we would run heads with a single line irrigation system, you have dry spots, wet spots, you're really trying to hit different areas. It's very hard to get that program dialed in. Now with separate head communication on the dual system, we can run one head for a certain amount of minutes, one for another, and really dial in our areas as far as dry and wetter areas. And then just going back to what is inside here, obviously these are the wires that you're seeing sticking out of the ground that is going to be tied into the satellites. And then one really cool feature on these heads is you pop this cover off right here, and you can replace this, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to take the mapping we have, a GPS, but then we're also going to shoot yardage. So these plates right out here on each head will have the yardage to the middle of the green, right on here on every single head. So you'll have the yardages out here. But so this is the head. Again, super easy maintenance. And as far as actually the heads are concerned themselves, they're under a 5-year warranty. So really we shouldn't be doing anything except for putting these yardage plates on, everything under warranty. So really messing with these heads, not to about 5 years to be doing anything. But just an update on the heads. I'll send a video out next week, and we'll actually talk about the irrigation pipe that's out here.